We've always known Venus as a hellscape, a world hot enough to melt lead, with an atmosphere so crushing it would challenge a deep-sea submersible. For decades, we've mostly written it off as a dead planet, Earth's evil twin, a cautionary tale of a greenhouse effect gone wild. We've looked to Mars, to the moons of Jupiter and Saturn, for any sign that we are not alone. But all that time, we were looking away from our closest planetary neighbor. And a recent, baffling discovery in its acid clouds points to something far more shocking than just a hostile world. Something that has scientists reevaluating everything we thought we knew. For a moment in 2020, the scientific world was turned on its head by a single molecule. An observation made by astronomers at Cardiff University pointed to a gas in the clouds of Venus that simply should not be there: phosphine. Here on Earth, its story is simple, if a bit unpleasant. It's found in swamps, in the guts of badgers, and even in penguin feces. It's produced almost exclusively by microbial life that doesn't use oxygen. On a rocky planet, finding phosphine is considered a potential, though not definitive, sign of biology. So finding it on Venus, the most inhospitable, toxic, and hellish planet in our solar system, wasn't just a surprise. It was an anomaly that defied explanation. So why is this find so profoundly strange? Well, first you have to understand Venus. It's a planet that went catastrophically wrong. While it's similar in size and mass to Earth, its history took a very dark turn. Today, its atmosphere is over 96% carbon dioxide, creating a greenhouse effect on an unimaginable scale. The surface temperature averages around 465 degrees Celsius, or 870 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than your oven's max setting. The atmospheric pressure at the surface is over 90 times that of Earth's. It's the equivalent of being nearly a kilometer deep in our ocean. No human could survive it, and even our machines barely stand a chance. During the Soviet Venera program, multiple landers were sent to this world. Some survived for an impressive length of time, with Venera 13 lasting for over 2 hours, but all eventually succumbed. They were crushed, fried, or both, but not before sending back our only images from the surface: a bleak, orange-hued volcanic wasteland under a suffocating yellow sky. And then there are the clouds. Venus is permanently shrouded in thick layers of concentrated sulfuric acid. For years, the scientific picture of Venus seemed clear. It's a dead planet. A place where the chemistry is known, the conditions are lethal, and the possibility of life seemed vanishingly small. Or so we thought. While the idea of life in the clouds has been speculated about since the 1960s, it was largely on the scientific fringe. The 2020 detection of phosphine didn't just challenge this picture, it threatened to tear it apart. Led by Professor Jane Greaves, the team initially reported finding phosphine in a concentration of about 20 parts per billion. Now, that may sound tiny, but in the context of Venus, it's a colossal amount. The planet's atmosphere is so harsh that a molecule like phosphine should be destroyed almost instantly. To keep it there, something would have to be actively producing it, constantly churning it out. This discovery, as you might imagine, ignited a firestorm of debate. Immediately, other scientists tried to confirm the findings. Some studies, using different telescopes or reanalyzing old data, failed to see the signal, casting doubt on the original detection. One NASA-backed study suggested that if phosphine exists at all, its concentration must be extremely low. It was argued the original signal might have just been a misinterpretation of sulfur dioxide, a gas that's everywhere on Venus. The controversy was fierce, and for a while it seemed the phosphine anomaly might just be a ghost in the data. But the original team didn't back down. In recent papers and presentations, they've presented new, more robust evidence, arguing the signal is real. The scientific disagreement is far from resolved, but the mystery is not only back, it's deeper than ever. They've even pointed to other chemical oddities, like hints of ammonia, another gas not easily explained by Venusian chemistry and also linked to life on Earth. If the phosphine is real, something has to be making it. This is where the detective story truly begins. Scientists started by trying to eliminate every possibility that wasn't life. The first and most obvious suspect Volcanoes. Venus is a volcanic world. Maybe some exotic, unknown geological process deep within the planet could be belching out phosphine? Researchers, including a team led by scientists at MIT, explored this, but the numbers just didn't add up. To produce the observed amount of phosphine, Venus would need a level of volcanism hundreds of times greater than what we see on Earth. We have no evidence for that. What about lightning? Venus has lightning, and powerful electrical discharges can create strange chemicals. But again, the models showed that lightning couldn't produce nearly enough phosphine to explain the signal. Could it have been delivered by meteorites? They carry phosphorus, but the chemistry to turn that into phosphine in Venus's atmosphere just doesn't work on the scale required. This is the heart of the mystery. After years of exhaustive research, scientists have modeled every known non-biological, or abiotic, pathway they could think of. And in a key 2021 paper, MIT scientists concluded that based on our current understanding, all known abiotic sources combined could not explain the amount of phosphine reported. This leaves two possibilities. The first is that there is some brand new, undiscovered chemistry happening on Venus that we simply don't understand yet. This would be a monumental discovery in itself, rewriting our understanding of how planets work. But the second possibility is far more profound and far more terrifying. What if the one explanation we haven't been able to rule out is the right one? What if the reason we can't find a non-biological source for the phosphine is because there isn't one? This is the terrifying implication. Not terrifying like a monster, but terrifying in the way it could shatter our perspective. It forces us to confront the possibility that life can exist in places we have long considered sterile hells. While the surface of Venus is unsurvivable, the story changes as you go up. About 50 kilometers or 31 miles above the surface, there is a temperate layer in the clouds. In this narrow band, the pressure is similar to Earth's surface, and temperatures are in a more manageable range. Scientists have long speculated that if life ever existed on Venus, this cloud deck is the only place it could have survived. And it's precisely in this layer where the phosphine signal was detected. The hypothesis goes like this. Ancient Venus may have been habitable, with oceans, much like Earth. As the runaway greenhouse effect took hold and boiled those oceans away, any life might have found one last refuge, the clouds. It would have had to adapt to a bizarre aerial existence, perhaps living inside droplets of sulfuric acid. While this sounds like science fiction, some microbes on Earth, known as extremophiles, survive in incredibly harsh and acidic conditions. Theoretical work has even explored how life's building blocks might survive in Venus's acid clouds. The idea of an aerial biosphere, of life floating in the sky of another world, is staggering. It would mean that life is not a fragile flame requiring a perfect garden world to exist. It would mean life is a tenacious weed, capable of clinging to existence in the most extreme and unexpected corners of the universe. That is a terrifying and beautiful thought. It would change everything. It is absolutely critical to state that this is not proof of life. The phosphine detection itself remains debated, and even if confirmed, it could still be the result of unknown chemistry. But it has opened a door that was long thought to be sealed. It has forced us to look at our quote-unquote evil twin not just as a warning, but as a place of profound and active mystery. The good news is, we are going to get more answers. A new era of Venus exploration is dawning. NASA is sending 2 missions, Veritas and Da Vinci, and the European Space Agency is sending Envision. After some budget uncertainty, Veritas and Da Vinci are now planned for launch no earlier than 2031, with ESA's Envision targeting a similar timeframe. These missions will map the surface and analyze the atmosphere in unprecedented detail. There's even a planned private mission by Rocket Lab and MIT, the Venus Life Finder, which could launch as soon as summer 2026 to specifically hunt for organic compounds in the clouds. What they find could confirm Venus is a dead, though chemically complex, world, or it could confirm that in the acid clouds of a hellish planet, something is alive. And if life can survive there, where else could it be hiding? The search for answers is just beginning. To follow this incredible story and explore more of the universe's greatest mysteries, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching.